Hi everyone, Diana Rankin here. So glad to see you. And Piper's over here hiding behind me. Hi, sweetie. I guess she's going to stay hiding back there. She's our sweet little girl that lives with us now. We've rehomed her. And this beautiful little girl, this looks like a puppy, is 9 years old. So we're happy to have Piper with us. Okay, my friends. We are going to answer one of your questions, one of our viewers' questions about memories, past lives, and are they from past lives or are they current lives? So we're going to look at that and we're going to answer that. And this is our coming together once a week. And I'm always so glad to see those of you who can come live. Um, I forgot to click on that. So thank you, Juliet. She says, hello and happy Friday. Hope you're having a beautiful weather as well, wherever you are. And yes, here in rural Ohio, it's windy and the wind is kind of chilly, but it is sunny and absolutely beautiful, a beautiful day. So I'm glad to see you. Thank you, Juliet, for joining us. I'm always glad to see those of you who can join us. And I don't, Piper's going to stay hidden, I guess, today. So we're going to go ahead and just let her be a little shy there. If you have questions, I just ask that you put them in the comments below. And if I ask that they be of a general nature that will be of interest to all of our audience. And for those of you who have personal questions, just get a hold of me. The information is on my website, and the website that's below. You could just click on that. And the website's just my name. Also, we will get a message from one of my books, The Master's Book of Answers by Phillip. And it's just an oracle book. We just kind of open to any page there and we get our wisdom from Phillip for the week. So we're going to move right into this question that we have. And Juliet says, I see Piper now has a nice new bed in your office, which is the least she deserves. Well, she also has yes, she has the bed here in the office. She also has a bed in the great room, and she has another bed in the bedroom. So she's not doing without beds. And sometimes she actually prefers the floor. I don't know if that's a warmth thing, that the floor is cooler because she gets too hot, or if she just likes the harder surface. I don't know, but she uses both. Hello, Desi. She says, hello, Diana, Phillip, and all. So glad to see all of you, Juliet and Desi. And thank you all for those of you who view later, who are unable to join us live. And all of you, thanks for the thumbs up. Thanks for your comments, those that come live and those that don't come live. I get to them just as soon as I can to respond. And hello, our beautiful friend from down under. She says, hello, sweet Diana, and greetings, Phillip. Thanks for the guidance. Oh, thank you. Sweet. I don't know. Some of my friends might argue with that. All right, here we go. Here's our questions for the week. Oh, we got Desi smiling and laughing at that. That my comment about some of my friends might not call me sweet. I'm not so sure. Or family members. I think Piper would, though, and our Lily cat. I think they would. Science tells us that our memories may not be accurate. Is this because our memories may be mixing past life memories with this life's memories? Here's what Phillip has to say about that. Stay tuned to the end because he always has this positive message. And then he had a message for me personally that I want to share with you because it just kind of made me feel good. Okay, here we go. We must first remember there is no time, so the past and the future are taking place in the current. In other words, you are living multiple lives as you live this one. You know, recently a friend and I were talking, and she was telling me that the last few years of her life, which were not, they were not the most pleasant years of her life. And she was saying that now that things are feeling better for her, it's almost like it's just a memory, like it happened in another dimension almost. She said that it doesn't feel real. And I find that very, very interesting. Hello, Debbie. She says, hi, everyone. We're so glad to see you. Anyway, I'm diverting. Let me get back to what Philip was saying here. In other words, you are living multiple lives as you live this one. Seeing this then allows you to understand that, yes, you can have memories from what you call past lives. And yes, they can be mixed up with memories from this life. And yes, there are ways to discern the difference, which we'll discuss in a moment. First, though, let us look at how the memories come. Memories often surface during the dream time. When asleep, the awake mind is not able to block the memory. The memory may or may not be remembered on waking. Memories may surface during a time of trauma or stress. This can occur over a period of time or instantaneously. Memories can occur during a time of relaxation. An object or person can trigger a memory. Working with a counselor or guide can bring forth memories. Simply asked to remember also allows memories to surface in the conscious, awake human mind. You know, we all have had those moments where we're walking down a trail in the forest and a memory comes. We see a tree or hear a bird or and a memory surfaces. We've all had these different forms of memory come forth. And as Phillip says, as you can see, there are multiple ways memories surface. And I'm guessing that while we're even talking about memories, you're having different memories surface right now. Pay attention. We have named only a few. As you can see, there are multiple ways memories surface. We have named only a few. Memories will surface only when the person is ready to receive them. This is true of memories you judge as either pleasant or unpleasant. A pleasant memory gives you moments of pleasure. An unpleasant memory has a different purpose. These memories are always for healing. The healing may be to forgive yourself, to forgive another, or both, for example. Or a memory may be to help you solve an issue. A simple memory may be to help you find lost object, but a simple memory may be to help you find a lost object. But we are primarily speaking of deeper purposes for memories when we speak of healing memories. To discern whether the memory is of this life or another, ask yourself questions. Begin with names of people in the memory, places, and other details. Of course, you can simply ask yourself if this memory is from this life or another, but that is not often accurate. I found that interesting, that we can simply ask ourselves, is this memory from another life? And we may hear yes, we may hear no, but Phillip is saying just asking that question, it may not be accurate. It's often not accurate. So we want to ask deeper questions. If the memory is given to you in a visual manner, notice the style of clothing and other signs of the time period. You know, this goes back several years, and I was wondering, I was having a contentious but loving relationship with a man. So it was a relationship that was very difficult. It was very high emotions, loving emotions, but also there was a lot of pain in the relationship. And so I looked at the memories that came up, and it was very easy to discern whether this was a past life or this life. And it turned out to be both, because it had to do with the abandonment issue that is one of my issues, is my main issue in this life, because of being abandoned first by the father and then part-time by the mother. But in that, I felt the abandonment of the memories of this life, but I also had the visual of the abandonment in a couple of past lives, but one in particular that was really important. So I think that's what Phillip is saying about the visual, that if we're able to ask those questions and look at the one thing that gave it away for me was the dress, what we were wearing in this past life. And I could discern, I could look at that and discover that, that was probably in medieval times because of the clothing and what was happening. Um, and I was abandoned in war. I was a woman in that particular life, and I was not treated well and then lost my life. And this particular man, there was love there, but he had to go off to war. So, looking at that and being able to forgive both of us for that really helped the current relationship, or helped me understand the current relationship, I suppose I should say. Both are true. All right, Philip goes on to say, the most important question for you to ask is, why are you having this memory at this time? What does this memory have to do with your current life? Are you repeating a pattern? Is the memory reminding you of who you are? Look at what the memory is telling you. Then use the memory to make this life better, more love-filled. That is the purpose of memories. I'm going to read that last part. The most important question for you to ask is, why are you having this memory at this time? And the example I gave you of the memories of the past life and the earlier life that were mixed together, for me, was really about healing the relationship I was having with this man at the time. And we weren't supposed to be together the rest of our lives, but we were supposed to heal this pattern, which was really the pattern healed. So, as Philip says, the most important question for you is to ask, why are you having this memory at this time? And it may just be a pleasant memory and you need cheered up. You need to remember that life is pretty good if we allow it to be, even in the rough times. Philip goes on to say, this again, I'm repeating these last couple of paragraphs. What does the memory have to do with your current life? Are you repeating a pattern? Is the memory reminding you of who you are? And that last question kind of says, if you're down on yourself and you're questioning, can you do a job, or can you love the way you want to love? You may have a memory reminding yourself of, hey, you're a spiritual being having a human experience. It may remind you of, in the past, in another life, that you were a great singer, for example, so you can sing in this lifetime. Look at what the memory is telling you. Then use the memory to make your life better, more love-filled. This is the purpose of memories. I told you earlier I want to share what Philip then said to me. And I always say, thank you, Philip. And then he always writes back, thank you. And then he says, we have memories of being together in both human and spirit world. We will impart more of them to you as you wish. So I'm going to have some more memories. I do have a memory of Philip as a Druid teacher way back when, but I don't have a lot of different memories of Philip as in human life or in spirit world. So I think I'm about to get some, and I will ask myself all those questions. Hello, so good to see you. Desi came, and Debbie says, hi, everyone. And Judy says, yes, I was told to look at your feet. See what type of shoes you are wearing. Well, Judy, here are my feet. I'm wearing gym shoes. But I think somebody was referring, look down here at this little girl. But I am wearing gym shoes, or sneakers, I think they're called. Telling my age there. Lexi Luna says, sending love and positive vibes to you, Diana, Philip, and all watching. And Juliet says, very interesting question and answer. Thanks to you and Philip. And while that is exciting, comes from Judy with love. And Judy says, I meant to see past lives. Oh, not shoes. Okay. No? What type of shoes are you wearing? Yes, I was told to look at your feet. I'm not real sure what that's about, but that's okay. We're going to get our message here. And as you know, we just flip through, and here we go. I'm hearing it was interesting. I heard maybe right, and then I heard left a little stronger. So we're going to look at both, as we always do. If you heard left, I think that's our message for the week. But I think we're getting a dual message here. But if you heard right, then that's a message that you need to pay special attention to. If you heard left, then you're getting our message for the week. Here it is. Excuse me. That which you teach teaches you. That which you teach teaches you. Oh my, that is so true. As a teacher, both of intuition, of spiritual development, and as a teacher of humanities at a college level or university level, before the university closed, I used to teach that, and a teacher of multiple intuition and instinct for different corporations, etc. I can definitely say that what you teach teaches you. If you heard right, if you project today's events on tomorrow, you leave no room for your growth between now and then. If you project today's events on tomorrow, you leave no room for your growth between now and then. What's interesting about that is we are talking about there being no time, past, present, future. And as we look at that, I want to say we create the future lives. We're creating these multiple lives as we live this one. And it's all happening simultaneously. That's not to say it's already written in stone. It's absolutely not. We are creating it with our spirit, mind, body. Spirit, mind, body. We tend to say mind, body, spirit. I like to say spirit, mind, body, which I think is an old Native American way of saying it. Juliet says, I think Judy means when you have a memory, look at what kind of shoes you're wearing to tell from which time period the memory comes from. Correct. Perfect. Thank you, Juliet. Yes, that is exactly what she's saying. And I miss that. So I really thank you. And Judy says, yes, it takes a village. It really does. So Judy, thank you. And Juliet, thank you for clarifying that. I wasn't quite getting it. My mind was elsewhere. So I appreciate all of you. It takes a village. And earlier last week, I had problems with the sound with the microphone. It took a village to get me back up and running correctly. So for this week, remember, my friends, that which you teach teaches you. And if you project today's events on tomorrow, you leave no room for your growth between now and then. If you're having a memory, whether it's from this life or another life, take a look. What's the memory coming up for now to help you make your life better? I love you, my friends. Thank you for those of you who can come live. You keep me sane, sort of. And thank you for those who had the comments who are unable to come live because of other commitments. Thank you, Diane and Phillip. Love to you all, Judy says. Love you. Thank you for the love you send to us. Thank you for the love you receive from us. Next week, I'll get the November predictions out. My sense is they're going to be kind of interesting. I'll see you then. Bye.